Hello guys and welcome to a new music class with Miguel. Today we're going to be continuing our songwriting process and now we will be writing the pre-chorus, okay? Very important part of the song. First, the objective of this session. By the end of this session you will be able to know what a pre-chorus is. But also, by the end of this session you will be able to write your own pre-chorus for your song. Pretty straightforward. First, what is the pre-chorus? So the pre-chorus is a song section which is used to separate verse and chorus. It will build up anticipation for the chorus. Okay, it's going to lead your process into the chorus. All pre-choruses will have the same lyrics and melody throughout the song. If you repeat the pre-chorus 2 times, both of them will be the same. If you repeat the pre-chorus 3 times throughout the song, all 3 times will be the same lyrics and the same melody. It will not change, okay? Just like the chorus. The chorus doesn't change, usually. You might find examples, okay, as I've always said, but normally in the vast majority of cases, both the pre-chorus and the chorus are going to be exactly the same throughout the song, okay? Meaning all the chorus are the same and all the pre-chorus are the same between each other, okay? Not that the chorus and the pre-chorus are the same together, no. The melody and the chord progression of a pre-chorus will usually be different than the verse, the chorus, or any other section in the song. Why? Because if it's the same as other sections, then you would not recognize it as a different section. If it's the same as the verse, then it would not be a pre-chorus. It will be another verse. And if it's the same as the chorus, then it will be the chorus. Okay, so it has to have a different set of lyrics than the verse and the chorus, and a different melody than the verse and the chorus. Normally, to make it more effective, you would use a different chord progression as well, okay? But don't worry about that because we will do that when we focus on the music. Right now, we're only focusing on the lyrics, okay? So not important right now, just as a mention or reference. Now, the pre-chorus of a song will be shorter than the verse, and it's usually shorter than the chorus, okay? It's certainly shorter than the verse, and very, very usually shorter than the chorus. This will make it stand out from all the other sections of the song, okay? Because if it has the same length, it's not going to be as effective, okay? Because it's only like an introduction to the chorus, so it cannot be that long. You will find examples of very long pre-choruses, but they're not the norm, they are the exception, because normally the vast majority of pre-choruses are going to be shorter than the verse and the chorus. So here we have some examples. The first example, Firework by Katy Perry. This is a very, very known song, well-known song. I think I even used it as an example for the chorus. Maybe you don't like Katy Perry, but you know, when you try to understand the songwriting process and the song sections, some songs by Katy Perry are very, very good examples of how to write different parts of the song because they are like pretty effective, okay? They follow a formula and that's why they are effective because they are done in a good way and an easy way to understand. So here we have the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. And here I have put the labels just in case you get confused. So here we have the verse, then the pre-chorus, which you see it's shorter than the verse and the chorus, okay? In the verse you have 8 lines, in the pre-chorus you have 4. Normally, and that's a good way to measure it, normally the pre-chorus will be half the length of the verse. Normally. It doesn't have to be like that, but normally, okay? So if you have 8 lines in the verse, then 4 lines in the chorus. If you have 4 lines in the verse, then 2 lines in the pre-chorus, okay? Maybe you will get like 3, okay? But not the same as the verse, okay? So always try to think about that. Pre-chorus should be short because it's only an introduction to the chorus and you don't want introductions to feel very long and extended, okay? So let's just go over the lyrics so that you know how the pre-chorus is setting up the chorus. So the first part, the verse, is like the songwriter is asking the person, like, do you ever feel like a plastic bag? Do you feel like you're not worth it? Do you feel like you're like irrelevant or insignificant? That's the entire point of the verse. But then in the pre-chorus, she's telling the person listening to the song, well, you have to do this. You gotta ignite the light, let it shine on the night like the 4th of July. 4th of July, as you know, is Independence Day in the States, and it's very, very characteristic of fireworks and like things exploding and the whole thing, the spectacle. So then it burst into the chorus because baby, you're a firework. Okay, so you can see that it's building up and it's rising up in tension and just exploding because baby, you're a firework. Okay, so that's how this pre-chorus is setting up the chorus. Of course, when you listen to the song, the music of it is going to help it very, very much to lead up to the chorus. But we're not going to focus on that. You can go to YouTube and watch this video or the song Firework by Katy Perry and see what I mean with the pre-chorus. Let's look to the other example. Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. So here we have again the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. Now I have chosen the second verse after the first chorus because I think it's visually easier to understand. Here we have the verse, the pre-chorus, and the chorus. So in the verses of this song, the guy is simply explaining who Tommy and Gina are. Okay, it's exposing them as characters. Okay, and in this case, it's about the the bad things that they are going through. Okay, but then in the pre-chorus he changes a little bit the perception because it says we've got to hold on to what we've got. It doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. It's like uplifting. It's like motivating. We've got each other, and that's a lot for love. We'll give it a shot. So it's trying to motivate. Okay, but it's like introducing that motivation. So then in the chorus it simply bursts, and you say, we're halfway there, we're all living on a prayer. Take my hand, we'll make it, I swear, we're all living on a prayer, living on a prayer. Okay? So it's almost the same meaning or the same message as the chorus. Okay? When you listen to the music, you see that it's not actually as important as the chorus, but it's leading up to that. Okay? Again, don't worry. When we look to the music, you're going to understand how to make that music lead up to the chorus in a very effective way. So that's the second example. And finally, the last example, and it's one of my favorites, Someone Like You by Adele. Okay, Adele has very, very good songs and very, very good examples of how to write songs, both melodically and lyrically. Okay, so try to listen to more Adele if you haven't. It's very good. And I didn't used to like her at first, but now I really do. So here we have the verse, we have the pre-chorus, and the chorus. And again with the labels. Okay, so as you can see, here in the verse you have 6 lines, and here you have 4 lines in the pre-chorus. Not exactly half, but around that. Okay, like I said, usually they are half the size of the verse, but again, it has to be shorter. Okay, so in the first verse, you have this. I heard that you're settled down, that you found a girl, and you're married now. I heard that your dreams came true. Guess she gave you things I didn't give to you. So it's trying to setting up this conversation of this couple who are not a couple now, but they used to be a couple, and that she's telling him what she has heard about his life now, and it's in a way telling that she's still interested, because if not, she wouldn't have heard all those things. And then the pre-chorus is like, yeah, I hate to turn up out of the blue uninvited, but I couldn't stay away, I couldn't fight it. It's like she's trying to tell you, I'm still interested, okay? I'm not just over you that easily, okay? I had hoped you see my face and that you'd be reminded that for me it isn't over. So you're telling the person you open your heart to that person. You're saying, for me it's not over. Okay, I still have feelings for you. I'm still interested. And then suddenly it bursts into the chorus. Never mind, I'll find someone like you. It's like, yeah, it's not over, but I think that I will find in the future someone else like you. Okay, and I wish nothing for the best, but the best for you. It's like, I'm not angry at you. Okay, it's over. Maybe it's not over for me yet. I still have feelings, but I wish you the best because maybe you had a nice relationship. Okay, so it's trying to set up that chorus. Okay, you're telling the person, I'm not over you, but in the end, you know what? I will be over, and I will find someone like you. Okay, so that is how the pre-chorus is setting up. And as you can see in all three examples, the pre-chorus is shorter than both the verse and the chorus. Okay, so when you write your pre-chorus, write it like that. Okay, shorter than both the verse and the chorus. Okay, now your task is going to be very simple. You're going to write the pre-chorus of your song following the document I posted in Schoology. What do I mean by that? Let me show you that. So here we have the document. Okay, I'm going to post this in Schoology, so you use this one exactly. You're going to put your name, your grade, and the subject. The title of the task is writing the pre-chorus, and you're going to write here all the sections of your song. Because if you only write the pre-chorus and I read the pre-chorus, I'm not going to be able to evaluate it if I don't see it in the context of the other sections of the song. Okay, I have to compare it to the rest to see if it's a good pre-chorus. So here you're going to write first, verse 1. You simply go here and you type your verse 1. Okay, then you're going to type here verse 2 if you have a verse 2 here. It depends on what the song structure you chose. Then you're going to write the pre-chorus, then the chorus, then the verse 3, then the verse 4. If you have a verse 4, some of you don't have it, some of you do have it, so it will depend on that. You don't have to have a verse 4. You can even have only like verse 1 here, and then the verse 2 is going to be here. It depends on what you have done. It doesn't matter. After the verse here, again the pre-chorus, which will be the same as this pre-chorus. Like I said, both pre-chorus are going to be exactly the same lyrics. You don't have to write different lyrics for both pre-chorus. Okay? Then you write the chorus again, the same chorus as this one. Okay? Now, I have here put the bridge. In this case, don't do anything because the bridge, we're going to learn how to write the bridge next week. Okay? So don't worry about that. Just leave this space open because you're going to use the same document to write the bridge there for next week. Okay? So leave it open. And then after the bridge, write the chorus again. Okay? Because normally after the bridge, you go back to the chorus. Okay? So do not erase these labels because I want to know exactly and be very, very specific about which section it is. Okay, so don't erase these labels, verse 1, verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, so I can know exactly what part of the song that is. Okay, so don't forget to do that, upload it to Schoology, and I will see you next class. Bye-bye.